Ladies and gentlemen, one more day in day one. That's not the word I wanted to say. One more match in day one. And we have a special guest because Hi Isaiah 2K has joined me. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely surprised to hear that we got a community cast going for this, and that could not have made me any happier.
Right? Jay Bowler hit me up the day of group stages and he was like, hey, do you want a community cast? Could not respond quick enough to be like, yes, please. I wanted it so bad. I was so sad because, dude, the first day I had so many problems because like storms were raging and it actually like knocked out my internet twice. Actually made me so mad. And then my game crashed in like game 5. I had to breathe as soon as the day was done. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I got to dip because right now I cannot handle this. But it's fine. I haven't had an issue since, but we're here for it. We love it. We love to see all these players getting points, getting good. And dude, I know that we talked about it off stream, but I want to talk about it on stream for a little bit. Team Fate is second place with 49 points and Luminosity in first with 55. How crazy is that?
That is wild. I like Fate came in and they like the entire qual they've just been hit obviously group stage they didn't do too hot, but they're round of 64, round of 32, 16, and now LCQ. They're just absolutely owning and dominating the lobby, like showing like why they made it here. They are the Dots of this EWC qual that Dots was in the last PAS qualifier. They're the team that you want to see good things from them, and they are showing out and showing why they are here.
Yeah. Again, I think I've talked about this before, but in NA, it's kind of difficult to see ambition because I know that SA has kind of been taking over that just because they actually do have the drive and they're actually working towards progressing it. And it feels like we don't really have that talent or that drive in NA. And to see a team do that, again, we were kind of expecting Dots to be that team, but for EWC, it did not go as planned, I think is the polite way of saying it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it with that one, buddy.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to see them go out the way they did, but they're coming back. I had some DMs with some of the peeps. I was asking them like what their intentions were, and they're coming back strong and ready for this next PAS in September.
What are your intentions, bro? Isaiah's about to date one of those players. Let's go.
Hey, Bean Batter better be careful. I'm coming for Shane.
Ooh. Clip that. Gonna make that his sub sound from now on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, guys, we have the last circle, relatively standard. Where do we see this? Does it go like Ghost?
Honestly, I think.
Where do you think?
I'm feeling a San Martin, like towards Plains. San Martin.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Like an up here, like the plateau.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling a little bit towards there.
That's a very fair call. I was kind of thinking like over here for some reason. But
maybe we did just have a scrim match tonight end over there.
Oh, I also feel like things are very circles in PUBG feels like they come in spurts, like in comp. Like you get a lot of one circle a lot, and then you move on, and then you get a lot of another circle, and then you move on, kind of thing. Because it's just weird. I don't know how or why.
And I'll say this: it's like. People were complaining about how like, oh, these circles are so predictable, and then all of a sudden like PUBG just flipped a switch and all of the circles have just been absolutely like maybe it's just because my team just kept getting absolutely cooked for circle hard shifts just every single match of EWC qualifier. And also in all of scrims. We're not going to talk about the EWC qualifier for my team because we all know what happened there.
There wasn't an EWC qualifier for you guys. It just was non-existent. That's what I
heard. Yeah. We actually just didn't even play it. Honestly.
Obviously. Isaiah, who? Oh,
right?
I'm gonna call you Huzea.
Huzea.
I'm so sorry. I hate the joke that I made as soon as I said it, but I had to say it.
Huzea too lame?
Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, well, whoa, Icy already finding a shot on Decatur. What a spot. Good for him.
Honestly, kind of like just because of how stacked they were inside the vehicles, it looked like they were just on like in like two vehicles right next to each other. But now I see like they're both sitting in one. I think it's Bunt and Icy sitting in a single vehicle together.
Yeah.
I already know Bunt is yelling. I already know Bunt is yelling at Matt. Just close up the convoy, bumper to bumper. Get on me right now. Hurry up. Come on. I already know it.
Well, Gooners, they're making their way past, and Gats could take some shots if they want to, but Gooners have been doing this crazy thing where they just go center zone every single time, and they basically play from there, and they are continuing that madness right here as Gats, he knows what they've been up to, and Matt getting headshot immediately, and Gats just trying to get the heck out of Dodge, and you know what? I don't blame him, fair enough, and they're just going to stay gods.
Yeah, that's a valid runaway. Yeah. Honestly, you can't just like take a 1v4 versus Gooners, a very extremely hyper aggressive team. You know they're gonna 4-man clear you. You're not gonna get a chance for them to slip up to take a 1v1 on them, and your team is nowhere to be able to assist you. This is a good runaway. You just got to give up power and go play off of shanties, and maybe if the hard spawn's still there for Gats, he might be able to take that and leave. But this is the best option for Gats right now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Gooners, it's been working for them. They're third. So I mean, I can't blame it if it's I can't blame them if it's working, you know.
It is true. They did go out early last game. Just unfortunate pull up. Unfortunate, but I mean, hey, if it's a play style and it works for you, just at full send it, you know.
I honestly hate that compound that they fought in.
Are you talking about last game?
Yeah, Gooners? Yeah, Gooners.
Yeah, I don't like how it's like one is like 40 feet beneath you underneath a deep ridge, and then the other is like all the way up top, and I'm like, how are you supposed to hold this?
And then the sideline south is just atrocious.
It's absolutely terrible.
You get like 5 teams shooting at you, and you're just like, please stop.
Leave me alone.
I just want to fight. I just want to play this 1v1, this team 1v1, please. But I mean that's the risk of it.
Absolutely. You know, we got 5-5 Esports and a nice little sight line. They're taking some pop shots on down to Resmi. Resmi, another team, you know, they put together last minute, and they just absolutely been doing really good this qual. Was not expecting much out of them because a lot of these teams, you know, it's like last minute put together, throw like, you know, old school players have been around for a long time, just kind of last second throwing things together. And, you know, they tend to always do well. And like you said, the motivation for a lot of these NA players, if they just had it to grind with a single team instead of just coming in last minute on a qual, I think we'd have a lot more like the mid pack to top of the ceiling for Americas would be way higher if that was the case. But it's not, you know. We got a lot of tier 4, tier 5 teams, hard grinding, trying to do what they can, that typically disband after 2 quals, and then you got a handful of like the and then you got a handful of like the tier 3, like maybe like 4 or 5 really solid tier 3 teams that are just doing what they can, and then you got the tier 1 teams and pro teams, and that's really it, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that NA specifically suffers from burnout a lot, and then when they burn out, they just completely go to a different game, and they just never really kind of come back, and then, you know, the next qualifier comes in and they're like, ooh, this sounds like fun. But the reason why I wanted to kind of look at Light shows, because this guy has actually been doing really well. Especially today, I feel like he's been the standout player from Resmi. So wanted to give him a shout out, even though I know that they're not doing it insanely high on the leaderboard. I feel like he's just been playing, he's been playing super well. So kudos to him.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, even if your team isn't doing really well, if, you know, other teams like tier 1 or maybe even like a lower org sees that you're performing extremely well, you'll still get that message like, hey, we want to trial you in for this team. So it's like that mentality for a lot of these players where they just aren't doing well. Oh boy, is Battlex hears them. Battlex hears them. Pippa going for a very egregious flex by himself and absolutely punished for it. Because there's no way he's just making that walk for free, and his teammates are absolutely nowhere to help him. That was just a very greedy play. That was just... and it ended as quickly as it began. As soon as it started to blossom for a little bit of hope, it just absolutely smothered. Well.
Ooh.
Anywho.
Sorry, no. I was, with all due respect, I think I have you a little bit loud, so I was looking to turn you down for a second, but it's fine. It's minuscule things. It's just me, so don't worry about it. But
it's okay. Let me just blow out the eardrums.
OP. All right. Well, very. Okay, I got some things I want to talk about, but I want to see this fight first.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Actually, no. It's just Silzen who's last.
Silzen. Yep. Yeah. Just Silzen up. It all started with Pippa taking that run up on TTG and hit the anchor out inside of the west of this compound, got taken down by a third party, and then now it's just Silzen who is trying to fight and defend off of Empire all by himself.
Well, still
Is
then
he
it
going to be
looks
able to get away? Did they get a tire? No, they did not get a tire. He is going to get hit in the chest one more time as he manages to rotate out, maybe towards Picado. We're finally going to see where this zone decides to go. And it is
I mean,
towards Plains.
I was gonna say you called it, sir. That's a good call.
Good
So,
piece.
all right, this is gonna be a hot take, and I apologize. I don't typically do this, but Faravero has been a very inconsistent player, I think is how I'll phrase it. There have been some times that he's popped off, but other times he's whiffed things that I would not expect him to whiff. So I'm curious to see if OP sticks with him, because again, just I expect a lot of things from OP because of the team or the players that they have on there, and so far I haven't been impressed with Faravero for them. And I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be toxic, but also just being
everyone's
real.
entitled. Like, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm sure if I saw the same things you saw, I would probably share the same opinion in regards to that. Because if you notice a guy's just whiffing things that he shouldn't whiff, or he's making these insane clutch plays, then it's like, okay, you see the consistency isn't there. It's at that point it's a matter of fact and not a matter of opinion.
Ooh, hold up.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Never mind. Running through the middle of PD as Infinite is going to get his tire taken. He's stuck in the middle of PD as he's going to take shots from Duel and PD. It's a three-way fight as all these teams are rotating on through. Oh boy, Slabby's going to rotate on back. Glock is going to be sitting up on the hill of water treatment, but they got Watulans. He's sitting up onto the left side of the hills of water treatment. He's spotting out PD. He might be able to get himself a knock or a flush on a solo, but it looks like 09 is he's rotating into it, but they don't know. He doesn't know that he has Watulans sitting right here waiting for him. They already lost one member. You don't want to lose a second one, and you are a solo here, good sir. But you got to make sure you make this knock and flush count.
I don't think he's gonna activate, not unless he literally runs right on top of him. No.
Oh my god.
It doesn't make sense to. I said unless he goes right on top of it. Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. Well, that's a rip.
That's potentially dangerous. Down to 2 now on this very unfortunate rotate.
Infinite.
Or
Infinite's down to 2. Potentially dangerous still is 4.
other way around. Other way around.
But did you see Gooners? They just went straight to the center zone. That's their.
Did they just leave Power Grid straight into San Martin?
Yeah, that's what I've been talking
Oh,
about.
but now they're stuck in between 5-5 and Fate. And if zone hard shifts to the west, them getting out of there is going to be really hard. It's going to be a rough rotate out if it goes hard west or hard northeast. Literally anywhere that's not south. If it goes there, it's going to jover. Not gonna lie.
Why the heck can't I see? Whatever, it's fine. I'm sorry. I'm
my
being
gosh.
a little toxic. I think I have you too loud. So. But ooh, light show actually with a bolty. Gonna find Breno. Nicely done.
Oh, there's nothing more aggravating than rotating and getting bolted out of your car.
We've
Because
actually
it's really
had,
just you're knocked, you're gone. Like
yeah, we've actually had a decent amount of bolties in here because flanker is a bolter. Oh no, TTG. They're playing. They're playing mean. Cruel.
There's no way they got in here and LG has no idea about them, right? There's no way.
There's a possibility because Gooners left. So if they got here at the same time or like a little bit before them and then just hunkered down,
the timing, yeah.
Yeah.
Where does this go? I think this goes west from here.
I think it shifts like here. Okay. A little bit to the left. All right, man. You're just on one today.
I'm on it.
For it.
Hey,
yeah.
man, listen, I got that brain for this game. My
You got
aim
that
ain't
ESP?
always there.
Ooh. Oh
They
my
activated
gosh.
oh my gosh, that's an entire LG roster just down to 1 HP. That's smart. They decided not to. Oh, they can't rotate out. I mean, they could have fed it through the crack. They could have, but maybe Vox called out that they also have AMG rotating on down as well, so their rotate line and timing is a little scuffed. So now they're just going to try to play to reset and kill TTG here.
Possibly, but now I can't see anything. It's fine.
I love this dynamic part of the game.
Oh
wow.
Ooh. Okay, Gooners. They're gonna go ahead and straight push on to.
How are they able to make this run? Ain't no way. Flanker hears them.
It makes sense. I mean, he definitely hears them, but it makes sense that they can make this run. No one's
where'd
watching
5-5
it.
go?
It hard shifted away, so they left. They're already gone.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, flanker. He's gonna go ahead and lose a tire, but he will keep his life so far. He's stuck.
He's stuck.
No,
oh,
okay.
No.
That might
have
have bought him enough time, but wow, that vehicle.
Oh my gosh.
I thought the vehicle knocked him. Well,
Fate needs to come and support their boy
Nice
ASAP Rocky.
shots.
Nice knock on Icy Flex as he's gonna just play ring around the rosy on the side of these rocks. Simply Matt gonna get the trade though. He's gonna find a knock on to Mayu, who's sitting inside of the compound, leaving this back to a 3v3. As Bunt looking to see if he's gonna try to make a little wide wrap around the left side of the rocks, which wouldn't make too much sense for Flanker. Flanker's playing this right. He's going back to try to, get a nice soft angle for his teammate and play for the res. Is that LG coming in for a third party on backside of planes? Are they too far?
I don't think that they're going for a third party. I think they're just rotating into the dip. But
Oh,
TTG looks like they are.
Yeah, TTG looking to get aggressive here into the edge of San Martin.
he got a
Resme
tire.
taking shots on
Bolty,
the duel. They got
do
a
it.
tire. Lopes.
Wait,
He's by himself. Double headshot. Wait, he swapped to a DMR.
I was gonna say I went straight to him for the bolty. He
bolt?
does not have a bolty.
I was like, wait, who the heck is this? Where's the bolter? No,
That's
it's just
exactly
a
what
guy
I was
with.
thinking.
Oh my gosh! And now, the rest of duel rotates into Empire, but Shimbo, he's just gonna get the heck on out of there. He's gonna rotate back to his team to just turtle up inside of the God compounds and shanties. Silzen just W king across the sky. 1 HP. And he's going to die to jumping out because the vehicle's about to explode. Unfortunate for them. But he did deny a point to Outlaws, which is very good for them because Outlaws... Where's Resme? They're above them on the leaderboard. Never mind.
Well, Light Show punches Lobes out. That's toxic, man.
That's toxic. The fact that you make that run out into the middle of the open to do that...
Right?
That's just BM. But now you're about to get punished for it.
I was gonna say, dude, there's no way he should have been able to make that run, but great shot.
No. 1 HP, just one more bullet, and that's it.
Bro, okay. I was gonna say this is why Greg Shot retired, but he ended up getting it, so it's okay. But Devil Vibe is gonna go ahead and get knocked. But Cater's right here in TTG. They're wanting to push onto this.
They're coming in for a nice little third party. Gooners stuck in between Fate, who was also able to get a nice reset. Both teams were able to get a reset off of the knocks and the trades. We got Bunt and Simply Matt going for a double swing.
Oh my
Bunt,
gosh.
he's going to get knocked by Cater for a headshot hip fire. Simply Matt going to have to slow down here. He can't overextend too much. Icy Flex coming in to get the trade onto Simply Matt. They're going to go for a swing, but Simply Matt's going to fall off the left side of the rocks. He's going to slide on down. They're going for a res. Simply Matt going to find the flush onto Cater. He's going for the spray on the connection as they're going to try to come to swing up. Connection and Battle X. Simply Matt just not caring about them having the angle, just falling in front of them. He's going to find two, leaving just Double Vibes up. The last member for TTG going for a nice wide east wrap onto the rest of them. Bunt, he's going to get flushed out, leaving just 3 members of Gooners up. Icy Flex knocks. Simply Matt up for the last member. Trying to see if he can't make something happen. Devil Vibes with the Groza in hand. Going for the spray. Util coming out. And it is going to be Devil Vibes that finds the last member of Gooners, eliminating them in 14th. But now Fate is coming in to clean up Mayu. He hears Devil Vibes running underneath him. It's a 4v1. They clear him out. Then they have a lot of control over the entirety of airplanes here. But Mayu gonna have to back off here because Mira is rotating straight into the side of them. They're taking the side of airplanes. What a good play by Mira. And Luminosity is in this as well. I love everything about this.
He backs off. Oh, okay. I thought they actually crashed on the outside. I apologize. That makes a lot more sense. The way the vehicles looked, I thought they crashed on the outside. I was like, you take that fight 100 times out of 10. Resme also going to go ahead and push into planes. And oh no, I fear for them. Tim Fee, he's going to pop on out. And the seat swap is actually going to be actively unhelpful. And now it is just Spectral on Resme. And he is in the middle of a shack. And does he have a vehicle here? I mean, no one... People might not know that he's here.
He might be just safe there for a long time, honestly. Resme, I think that was a very bad pull-up. They should have crashed. They should have crashed the inside of the God, maybe, like in between the wall and the right side God, and then use the vehicle as cover, because they were getting shot in the back, as well as getting shot in the side from LG and having Fate clear them. Like, you just give yourself the hard cover, and then you take the fight onto Fate. Even though it is a 2v4, you're not going to be able to do much, but would have gave them a bit more of a fighting chance. Mira going to spot out LG. Bizzler going to go down to a little above half HP as they're going to see if they can't try to activate. They realize they cannot because Mira is just full aware of what they're trying to do. TTG, Devil Vibes was able to get the res up onto Connection. He was able to reset and get them back up to a 2-man, but Fate is very well aware. They have all the information. They know where LG is. They know where Mira is, and they know where Fate is playing out of. But they got to be careful. Double Vibes looking like he's going to go for a wide wrap, but they got PD holding their northeastern edge, keeping them from being able to do that. It's a lot of teams here. And off of this next zone close, a lot of teams are about to self-destruct because there's just not much playability going on.
Well, he launches just a single mortar. And if it hits, nah.
Oh, not far enough.
Unfortunate. But, I mean, I respect the attempt. They are kind of grouped up, so it would make sense that they would have to push that. But PD, honestly, I like their line in the most.
100%.
Luminosity is going to have to fight so many teams, specifically Amigos and Mira. But Team Razaf, oop. If it hits the vehicle, they're just full dead.
That's
and
true.
he went too short. Oh, okay.
Timing was a little off.
They're pushing in, and actually Mira looks like they're just going to go ahead and push, and I'm actually just going to switch on over to this fight.
Yo.
Well, Snakers goes down to the vehicle explosion.
Lana with a nice little knock onto Snakers, but are they going to be able to get the reset? No, Snakers got knocked and flushed out. Mira able to back off of that. They got their one, so they know that LG is probably not going to try to get too aggressive on this fight. Mira flexing out. They're going to see if they can't try to make something happen to end these guys onto their northeastern side of plains, because that is their line in, and then they just have to worry about Fate to their east. Resme going to go down in the middle of all this as the fight breaks out. LFP1, he's going to go down. Fakeson's going to spot out Gats. Fox going to get knocked from a third party from AMG, leaving just two members of LG up. Gats and Bizzler, last two up. They're going to fall back into their deep dip, so that way Mira has to full overextend to try to find them out and get the knocks and the flushes. But this is just insanity.
So many fights are happening, such craziness, and Amigos honestly doing a pretty good job, but they still have to deal with Team Razaf, who is here with them. Well, I guess one player is.
One.
Blada
one is with them.
Still needs to make it there.
It's one of them sand snakes, you know what I'm saying?
Just like Dune? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah. What are those worms? Are they big-ass worms, or are they actual snakes? I don't even know. Anyway,
I think it's worms,
but TTG is actually putting in a really good fight.
Nice.
Never mind. Okay, Fate it finds them out. TTG was putting up a good fight in a 2v4 situation. I think they got one knock, one flush, and then another knock before they ended up getting eliminated from that. But now Mira, knowing the kill feed that Fate is happening, Mira activating, not giving Fate a chance to reset. They have one knock that they're going for a res. Flanker gets headshot. He's going to get knocked by LFP for the wide swing. LFP going to get traded by Mayu. Timfy going to find one, get the flush. Two of them sitting up. VHS going to run in. That's not VHS. VHZ going to find the knock onto Tater. Going to try to go and secure that flush for one more kill point. As now the fight seems to be in Mira's favor as only one member is up. Oh, no, Timfy's also up. We got Mayu and Timfy. Last two members of Fate up. They're going for clearing the hard garage, but you should know that they aren't playing inside of the building. They're all playing on the outside wall. It is Mira literally trapping Fate in a corner. They got a zone to their back, and they're stuck. They have very little playability, especially since PD is playing out on their ridge. They can't really run anywhere, so they either have to go through Mira or risk wrapping into PD.
Well, it looks like Outlaws... Oh, no! Timfy actually gets the knock! And Flanker's just running through! All right, Fen is the only one left alive, and Mira goes down to Team Fate. Oh my gosh, dude. Well, as it continues, Mira, they thought they were going to have a better fight there, but it turned out to be their doom. And now, Amigos, they're trying to push over onto LG. Gats and Bizzler. Such an insane duo, but Bizzler's going to go down to DNL, and now Gats, the young lad, has to do it all himself, but he cannot. As Amigos, they do have 4 kills, and Empire, they're down to just 2. Duel was eliminated earlier. PD trying to take down Team Fate. And I mean, Team Fate they don't really have anywhere to play, man. I mean, they're just running. They have smokes, I guess, so they will make it.
Yeah, they got this. They have this very small playability. They need to smoke off their the side PD is pushing in from, and then just try to hunker down for a bit, maybe work a knock or two. But AMG is going to find a knock onto Gump for a third party as Balefrost is going to get aggressive. Okay, whips the sawed off. Call of Duty jumping hipfire sawed off onto the member of Outlaws, leaving just 9 and Curvy, the last 2 members of Outlaws, to be fighting. Lots of bullets raining down, though. AMG just sitting up on the top of the ridge, just third-partying and peppering both teams. assisting not just one side, but both sides, giving them both the chance to possibly turn the tide of battle. Ooh, nice little headshot onto Curvy. That's going to force him to back off to have to get a nice reset. Fate is going to get flushed out, or Timothy from Fate is going to get flushed out, as well as Gump. He's finally going to bleed out. Balefrost going to have to be careful. Just took a cracked vest in the middle of all this fighting. And Empire's going to have to get aggressive here. They have to do something because Outlaws do have zone here, and they don't have anything to play besides pushing across the street into the other side of the shanty. That's exactly what they're going to do. But Kirby, he spots this happening, but he's not able to make anything happen. It's a 2v1. Gonna get knocked as they both, Shimboy and Balefrost, gonna just double man swing him into his shanties, leaving just Kirby, the last member of Outlaws, up. Guess they're trying to make something happen, but Gabriel, he's gonna be peeking from the top of the hill. Now Empire knows exactly where he's sitting, and they're gonna be able to make quick work of him.
Well, if they make it that far, but PD has a lock on this zone for so much of it. Amigos, the only other team that can kind of contest them for it. But we'll see if an unlikely third party can happen. And yeah, that's a PD zone. Easy. Molly, it does actually hit Kirby. Oh my gosh. Well, he doesn't need the Molly to finish it out. 5 points at least for Empire. Is now Glock is going to find the knock onto Ziggy. And PD now trying to push out, trying to find their advantage and press it onto Amigos. As Empire is honestly, they could kind of put. Okay, never mind. I was about to say they can kind of push, but I thought that Gabri and Slabby were just going to be overlooking at
hard looking at AMG. No,
yeah,
I think
so
PD's playing this very smart. They have Ninaton and Glock just holding the AMG, making sure that they can't do anything too egregious to overextend onto them, and they took a lot of zone coverage for this last little phase into phase 7 going on, so they know that they need to hold down their south, because last thing you want is to be fighting the last 4-man and to go for get a 3P by the 2-man sitting down on the bottom of the ridge. Gabriel with a nice knock and flush on the Shimboy, just leaving Balefrost the last member, and he knows there's not much he could do. Zone on his back. He can't really go anywhere. He's not going to be able to really work any knocks because AMG aren't doing too much to overextend. I say that, and it's going to be Zig. He's going to get knocked. Is he going to be able to secure the flush, though? No, and Zone 7 is chunking Bale right on down. He's going to try to go for the med, but it's not going to be soon enough. They don't go for the res?
I guess not. They dropped a smoke that wasn't good, and then they left.
He's second bleed, so there is time to get the res. Yeah, that is third bleed. I don't know. Why'd they wait so long? Maybe they assumed PD was just going to activate and just absolutely overextend to go clear them out off of a single knock from Balefrost?
I think so, but now is the time for potentially dangerous to be actively dangerous, because they're going to go ahead and peek on over. Oni from one side, Gabri on the other, and they're collapsing like a snake onto its prey.
Well, you got to be very careful about trying to corner a snake, because they are very liable to lash out.
Oh no!
Nyaton, he's going to find the first knock, and he's going to get flushed out by Gabriel. He's also going to find the second knock onto DNL, as PD is going to make very quick work of this, and then it's going to be Vapescare, the last member. He's going to get the knock, and that's going to be it. AMG eliminated in second place. Potentially dangerous, picking up an 11-point chicken dinner, and that's a fat number for some damage for them as well. 21 points for potentially dangerous. That's going to go very far and absolutely pole vaulting them up this leaderboard.
Potentially dangerous. They were doing so well, just holding everything and capitalizing on every single